What goes on, guys? We're here again with another review, and today we're going to be taking a look at the DC Multiverse Mcfarlane Toys, the Snydercut 2021 Justice League Movies Batman. Now, I couldn't find this guy anywhere. I was looking all over the place for him, and I wasn't able to find him. I went to Walmart's, Targets, never found him. Finally, I just walked into GameStop today, and he was sitting on the peg. I got him along with Polka Dot Man, so I was really happy to find these two just sitting on the peg. And in package, he looks freaking awesome. This is my first Batman on the channel, which is a big milestone for me because Batman is one of my favorite superheroes, probably in my top 3. Him, Captain America, and Black Panther are like my favorite characters, so happy to have a Batman review on the channel. But taking a look at the packaging, you can see the DC Multiverse. It says Batman here. The Justice League 2021 logo, that's for the Snyder Cut. 12 and up, you can see Batman and his accessory there. I got a little bit of damage on my box, but not that big a deal. 2021 Justice League logo there. Batman, the Justice League. On the back, you get the image from the movie, not the figure. It seems like Mcfarlane goes back and forth with if they use like their figure as the image or the actual picture. I don't know. They go back and forth, but this looks awesome. You can see the rest of them there. I will not be getting any of these. I only want Batman for my Batman collection. Got Batman here. You can see through the top. You get the little Justice League logo on the top there. But yeah, this guy looks awesome in package. Let's see what he looks like out of it. So taking a look at Master Wayne out of the packaging, I gotta say, this is the best DC Multiverse Mcfarlane Toys Batman figure made so far. At least out of the ones that I've handled, this is the best one. And I'm not going to pull out all my Batman DC Multiverse ones. I'll pull out a couple, but this is my favorite one so far. I think the sculpt is immaculate on this guy. I can't get over how good the detail work is. I love the proportions of this, like the big chunky thighs and big cat. He looks like a person, and like not like a toy, and I really, really like that. The big shoulders look awesome. Maybe a little bit bubbly, I guess, but honestly, great. I can't get over how good this thing looks. I think the head sculpt, for what it is, obviously, it's Batman in a cowl. I can see Ben Affleck in that, like, from every angle, so that's pretty freaking awesome. I think that looks so good. Translucent lenses would have been nice, but I don't think that's entirely accurate anyway. Moving on down, you can see this great gunmetal gray color painted on top for the armor, the big bat logo emblem in the middle, all this great sculpt work across the arm with the panel work, the blades on the side, which are very soft plastic, which is kind of unique for Mcfarlane. Usually they're hard. You get good hands on there. All the same on the other side. Going down, you can see the abs sculpted on there. You get the belt here. Not that much paint on the belt, but I think it works. You get a soft overlay on the hips. The thighs look really good with the panel work on there. There's texture all in the middle with the straps. The detail sculpt on this is just incredible. It's so good. The pins blend in really nice, I gotta say. Sure, pinless would be great, but I know Mcfarlane's not really into that. Going down, you can see some battle damage up on the shins, things like that. The feet look great with the armor plates on top of them. You get treads and peg holes at the bottom of the feet. The back doesn't really have that much paint or sculpt work, but I mean, he has a cape, so it's a little bit more forgivable. Sure, I prefer it when it's fully painted, like on the back of Polka Dot Man, but for a character with a cape, I think it's a little bit more forgiving. Speaking of, my cape unplugged from the back here. I think if I put a little bit of glue in there, it would fix, but I actually kind of like that it's like that. It gives it more flexibility. The texture on the cape is great. It's like that inside and out, and it's super, super soft plastic, which is awesome. So if you get like a little stand under there, you can get like cool posing and things like that. I'm definitely going to try to do that in some pictures that I'm going to take. So this aesthetic on this figure is so good. Like, I really, really like it. I gotta say, it's some of the best sculpt work I've seen on an action figure in a long time, and I get a lot of toys, so me saying that is a good thing. But I'm just gonna go right into the articulations, or the accessories segment without editing, because he comes with the card, he comes with the stand, blah blah blah. Nobody really cares about that. But he does come with a little batarang, so that's pretty cool. He holds it fairly well in his hands. You gotta kind of wedge it in there. He holds it good. Way better than the Arkham Knight Batman holds his batarang. He barely holds that thing. It's so freaking annoying. So I'm happy to see that McFarlane improved on that, and now that this Batman can hold his batarang a lot better. So yeah, this thing looks awesome, but looks are only half the battle. So let's go ahead and see how this guy moves around. So taking a look at Bruce's articulation here. His head looks up pretty much all the way, so that's pretty awesome. Looks down more, looks good, side to side. You get a great amount of pivot actually, so it rocks around really nice. And I think that's pretty good considering the limited articulation that Batman actually has in the movie. It actually kind of looks better than the one he has in the movie, but that's all right. Shoulders move up past horizontal, they move down, they rotate around. They got that weird butterfly joint that kind of gives like extra posability, but looks good in every position. I love this. This works great. It doesn't add much, but it's good for the aesthetic. You get a good bicep swivel. Great double jointed elbows that aren't super ugly in any position, so I'm okay with that. You get the ball hinged wrists, which are seated further into the wrist and the forearm, so that works a lot better. It works good for range and for posability, swivels around, and it looks nice. Now the only real problem I have with the articulation, besides the thigh swivel, but he doesn't crunch forward like at all. That can be kind of annoying. He crunches back pretty good, and he goes side to side relatively very nice, and he rotates at the top and at the bottom. But I wish he crunched down a little bit more. So it makes it a little bit difficult to get him in some dynamic poses, but I think he can work around it. The hips pop out. That was weird. That was the first time that happened, but at least it happened on camera so I could show it to you guys. But yeah, just plug that back in. It's not plugging back in. It's the way that McFarlane does his hips. There we go. So the hips can move outwards that much. They move down all the way. There's no thigh swivel. Well, little bit of a thigh rotation. So that's a little bit better than nothing. I'm okay with that. I'm sure the cut would be nice, but I'll stop crying about it. Double jointed knees. Ankles move down that far. They move up that much. You do get a full ankle pivot. You can get the super pivot if you move the hinge around. So that's pretty awesome. And you get a little bit of a toe joint there. So yeah, I think he moves around really nice. Thigh swivel works good enough. Man, this is really not one to stay in there now. The thigh swivel works well enough. I think the biggest thing is that he doesn't crunch forward at all. And there's really no reason for him to, because he looks like he has it. It's just, I don't know. I might try to pop him apart, modify it a little bit. But for the most part, it's not that big a deal. I really like the articulation on this Batman. So, as always, you're probably asking yourself, yo, Ant, what are your final thoughts on this figure? And I couldn't be happier. I mean, this thing is so awesome, and it was worth the hunt for me. Like I said at the beginning of the video, I couldn't find this bastard anywhere, but now that I have him, I'm so happy that I do. I really like the way that he turned out. I think he's the best Batman that McFarlane has done so far. I was going to do comparisons to other ones, but, I mean, there's really nothing to compare him to because I don't have any of the other Justice League ones. The only other Batman that I have handy right now is the Arkham Knight one, but they're kind of like nothing alike. So, whatever. If you want to see more comparisons, I'm going to take a picture of a couple comparisons of the Batman. So, go check that out on my Instagram. But this guy is awesome. He's my favorite one that McFarlane has done so far. And I really, really like the way that he's going with these figures. They keep improving. Probably a 9.5 out of 10. I just wish that ab joint would crunch forward a lot more, but I can maybe mod that, so we'll see. But the way it is, it's really good. I'm really happy with it. But anyway, guys, that's pretty much all I got for today. If you liked the video, please be sure to like, comment, subscribe. I've been trying to build a little bit of a following here, and you guys seem to really like these videos. So for me to keep up with it, I would really appreciate some likes and some comments. Subscribe if you haven't already. But that's all I got for today. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.